Hi, Umbraco gang, it's me, Warren, and today I want to talk to you about something I discovered in NETCore or NETCore Identity, something called a Password Validator. We're going to take a look at that and how we can use that with Umbraco and the back office. So let's jump on in, let's get hacking. That's the hacking hands, by the way, that's how I probably code. Tip, 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 tap, tap, tap. I don't know. Let's jump on in and let's do some coding. Okay, so I have an Umbraco 9 .NETCore site set up. Just as a note or caveat, this is running a nightly build, so this is newer than the RC. There's some bits and pieces that are in this between now and the RC that enables some of the UI. It was just a bug to do what we need to do today. Anyway, caveat over, let's jump in. What I'm trying to do with a .NETCore password validator is that when I change my password, or a user changes their password in the back office, or a user is signing up in terms of the invite flow, or we're creating a new user, I want to make sure that I can't specify the password of password 1234 or password, or even containing the word password. It just super guessable, isn't it? It's not particularly secure. So we can go confirm, and yeah, let's just log out, log in, just make sure password 1234. Perfect. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to jump over into, not this class, I don't know what we're looking at there. We'll get rid of some of the debugging stuff. Actually, let's stop the server, and then in configure services we need to do something like the following. I have to remember some of my notes, so we're going to do a back office identity builder, and we're going to new one of those up, new Umbraco office identity builder. Or is it just back office? This is where, there we go. I'm using Umbraco cms.core.security. I'm going to new up a new back office identity builder. So this configure services is a service, iService builder or iService collection, and then we have things like builders, the Umbraco builder. If you was manually setting up every single layer in terms of doing add back office authorization, because this is add Umbraco is just a wrapper for adding more stuff and services. Add Umbraco core, you can see that we're adding bits and pieces. So we just want the back office identity builder, and this takes in, he says, just going to double check. So this iService collection, we just need to pass in services. So then this allows us to do back office identity builder, and then we can add some bits and pieces that are available in .NETCore Identity, but in relation to the back office users. We could do something similar for our members, the Umbraco members on the front end side, but for now we're just going to concentrate on the back office identities. You can see like we've got user store, user manager. We can obviously do our own implementations of things in NETCore. But the one I'm most interested in, he says, if you can find it, we want to add a password validator, and we need to go and create a class for that. So for now, let's comment that out, and let's go and create a new class. So add new class. We'll call this say no to easy password validator. And from memory, this is going to inherit, if I can learn to type today, password Validator. There you go. See, it's lighting up from Microsoft ASP.NET Core Identity. And then we need to give it the type of our identity user. So obviously we've got the kind of the back office Umbraco users that you log in with, and then we've got the members that are more public facing. So we need the back office identity. There we go, identity user. And then we're obviously with the squiggly, we're going to do Alt Enter to help me implement the interface, just for easiness. And then I'm going to do Alt Enter because I don't want to. I prefer a block body, and then we can obviously then do some code. So then we can do something like if the password, not length, contains password, I suppose. Yeah. Obviously, this could be any logic you wanted, by the way. This doesn't obviously have to check if the word password is password. It could be that, the username doesn't match the password. So, for example, if the username is an email, in some cases, some people do their email address as their password. So, yeah, obviously, again, not a good security practice, and we would want to ensure that people don't do that. But yeah, there's obviously various different scenarios that you can probably think of. So I need to return a task. I'm just looking at my snippets in terms of, so it's an identity result, and it's one, it's not a success, it's just a failed. And we need a new identity error, and we're going to stub this out. Excuse me. And this has two properties, a code, and a code is just a string, and we're going to say, I don't know, we'll call it the name of this class, say no to easy passwords. But the message, or the description even, this is what is going to be visible to users. We could obviously spend a little bit more time and use the localization service in Umbraco and localize this error. But for now, we're just going to make it nice and easy. We're going to just say that, yeah, anyone dealing with the Umbraco users in the back office is going to know or have their language set to English and know that, yeah, understand this error message. So we're going to put you cannot use, we're going to put in single quotes, password as your password. If I could learn to type today. And then if it's not that if, we just want to return another task from result of identity, but an identity result of success. Identity. I can't even spell today. Result. There we go. Success. We finally got there. So we'll add a breakpoint, and then we're going to register this password validator. So it's a password validator of say no to easy password validator. Just double checking. Kind of looks good. Let's start up the site, and I'm now going to go back to changing my password to something like Warren1234, and then we'll change the password again, and this time we'll change the password to contain the word password, and then we'll see the error. Oh, thanks Google Drive. You can go away. And oh, what am I missing? Okay, I've reset something and I haven't got a view for anything. The joys of live demos. We can fix that up. Let's quickly fix that because that's going to bother me otherwise. Template homey. No, there's nothing there. So we'll just do hello world. I'll save that. There we go. That's not going to bother me as much now. Perfect. Right, back to users and changing passwords. Here's my user. I'm going to change the password to... So my old password was password1234. It's not going to freak out because it's the old password, and then we're going to change it to something that is safe. Obviously, Warren1234. And submit. You can see my breakpoint is getting hit. Password contains Warren1234. Again, with password validators, be sensible. Don't do things like login and log in what the password is. Obviously, that's not a very nice and a potential security risk as well. If anyone was to access your logs, we could see what users' passwords were being attempted to be changed to. So yeah, obviously, keep your logic as necessary as it needs to be, and obviously don't log or track anything that we don't need to. Anyway, so we can continue. That's going to go through okay. We've got a nice success message, password changed. This time we're going to do it again. So it was Warren1234 and a password of password1234, password1234. So I'm going to click confirm and we'll click continue. And now we can see our message. You cannot use password as your password. Ta-da! How cool is that? And obviously that could be any logic. And I want to give a big shout out to actually, if I can find my other browser window, is to a guy called Andrew Locke, a Brit who's basically good at some of this .NETCore stuff and obviously writing a book. And I found this blog post on NETCore Identity and talks about password validators. A great read, and basically talks about some scenarios that we talked about here. You can't use your username as your password. Would be another good scenario. And some other things that to just point out from Andrew Locke. He has a couple of good NuGet packages. So he has one called Common Passwords Validator. And this takes, I've looked at the source, like any NuGet package or open source library that you add in, especially around security, you should definitely check that it's not logging or tracking anything that it shouldn't be tracking. But I've done that already. So yeah, in password lists, there's obviously this package has extension methods for is the password in the top 100 list, 1,000, 500, 10,000, 100,000. And so, for example, let's take a look at the top 100, and obviously passwords like 123456 and password 12345678 and QWERTY, obviously very common passwords. This is obviously something that maybe you don't want your users to use as well. And again, that's a nice little NuGet package that you could add into your Umbraco BackOffice to make sure that your BackOffice users are using sensible passwords. And another package from Andrew is that he has got, so that's Common Passwords Validator, and I can recommend that one. The next one is pawned or pwned passwords, and obviously you probably know that has I been pawned? Is that one? I can never remember the URL. Oh look, I'm going to LinkedIn. Thanks. Has I been pawned? Have I been pawned? Not, it's not even has or lol talk, whatever. Anyway, this API service that a lot of password managers use in terms of we can check. So let's type in the word password. And I would imagine this is a password that definitely has been pawned or pwned or breached. There you go. You can see it's been seen in data leaks over 3.5 million times. Yeah, I have to check the number then. 3.5 million times. So yeah, again, that's not a good password. So Andrew has used Have I Been Pawned's APIs, and again, I've checked code to make sure it's not doing anything that it shouldn't be doing, but it sends off again, this is how the API works with Have I Been Pawned or Pwned, that you send off a specific hash of a password, and you get back a long list of stuffed either side of results, and then you compare your hash in the response to see if it exists or not. So yeah, again, that's another password validator that you can add in, and then you can check with this API service that if this has been a breached password or a leaked password. And again, nice way to know that your back office users are definitely using nice and secure passwords. So that was it. That was it in a nutshell. .NETCore Identity is amazing. I'm still digging in. I'm still doing some learning, but it's fun to share what I've learned along the way. But yeah, password validators are very, very cool. I'll put some link in the blog post, or in the video, in the description. I'm clearly not on my best form today. Yeah, take a look at those, see what you think. Any questions or any feedback, leave me a message in the comments. Hit me up on Twitter, email me, I don't know, send a carrier pigeon. Any way you want to get hold of me, let me know. Have a good one, Umbraco family, and I'll catch you next time. Bye! Okay.